Yeah, I think the last thing that I told you is that when my roommates had woken up, that I would not be there.
Well, Slug is awake in a corner all night with a knife.
Oh, then I would have been gone before he woke up. Which would make sense as to why our role playing from earlier, I said nothing.
Maybe that's what spooks Slugga then.
Oh, maybe.
Potentially. I mean, the sounds of somebody sneaking past him, he's definitely probably heard that before, and it's not been a good thing.
Shiv the duvet, I swear.
So who wants to go where?
I want to go to the pound.
What?
Yes, I see that. I'm playing a game, please.
Hey,
Muted. I'm sorry.
you're okay. If you need to do something, feel free to go do something.
I don't need to do anything. My daughter was just telling me that Spiral sent her $20 for her birthday to my Cash Apps, and she wanted me to do whatever I needed to do with it right then and there. She can wait.
So I believe Allegretto, is it the Rusty Dragon?
Yeah, apparently.
Would you like to see the Rusty Dragon?
Yes, please. It's dark in here.
Who turned out the light?
I cannot see the Rusty Dragon. I am blind.
Oh wow, this is crowded. Is this where I slept? Just right in the open?
No, you actually would have had a room.
Okay.
Probably on the second floor.
Oh, wait. Because he's in the Rusty Dragon, he can see the Rusty Dragon.
Yes.
I'm fixing it. Give me a minute. I'm slowly dragging people in.
It is a very cool feature, though. I gotta say, I love that you've got all of that figured out.
Yeah.
Look at that 3D lighting. Look at it coming out the windows.
It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Oh. I see people.
I opened the door for you.
This is so cool, Airee.
Are they actually here?
Yeah, they're coming in.
Do they look friendly?
No, I'm asking about you guys. Like, did you guys actually walk in?
Yeah.
Stairs.
They
I
do.
like stairs.
Do you want to go up?
No, not yet. Probably for. I'm sorry. I'm fucking loving this dynamic view shit.
So
I'm just
cool.
like literally running around like, oh, what can I see?
Whee!
Oh.
What that do? What this do?
Basically, yeah. I'm a fucking child.
So is it dark to you guys or lit up?
I mean, where we can see is lit up.
I can't.
You give me control over.
I need somebody to share their screen. It won't load the map for me.
Alright, I will share my screen with you. Doop, 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 doop. Give me a minute. Mm-hmm. Okay, never mind. It's trying to freeze on me. So somebody else might have to do that.
Oh god.
Hey, Sin, my cousin said you sound like her sister.
I sound like who, what?
You sound like my other cousin, her sister.
Like, right now I do?
Yep.
Is your other cousin sexy?
I feel like that's a very strange thing to ask me about a family member.
Look,
really
all
is
I'm
nice.
saying is, if they sound like me, then they must be pretty freaking awesome.
I mean, she's pretty awesome as far as personality goes. I cannot speak to the sexiness level of my blood relative.
That's
This is
okay.
Alabama.
That
You
would
don't
be
have
awkward.
to. I already know.
Well, as they walk in, say, "Greetings, comrades. Did you all sleep well?" And I will be asking Sammy first because she is there. And Star, do you need someone to move you?
I need eyes first. So
It completely froze on me when I tried to share my thing.
Let me try.
and then, what did you ask me, Spiral?
You wanted to move. Oh, I can move you now.
Oh, sweet. All right, hold on. I've got
All right.
eyes.
Did that work?
It did. I can see. Mind you, I can see the DM's version, so just be aware of that.
Yeah. Right now, what you're seeing is what you're seeing. And I
Okay.
need to change your character, don't I?
Yep.
All right. Let me see. Hold on.
I just now noticed the jazz playing in the background.
Really?
I love that.
It's open Gangnam. Oh, wait, on the game?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Then I thought you were hearing the open Gangnam style from inside.
Jazzy open Gundam style.
What I thought she was about to say, and I'm like, that's wrong. That can't be right.
Man, I picked a day to have to do this voice, huh?
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, none of my family plays D&D. Not on this side, anyway.
Sorry, setting up her token. Really need to set up 2.
And to those who know who DG's character is, it's Gene directly under me.
Yes, I
Wait, where?
Directly.
Oh, holy fuck, yeah.
Yeah,
Odds of
I
that.
like it.
I like how we've gotten completely distracted by just how many people are in this room and
We're
how
waiting
cool
for
this-
our orders.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for someone to take our order. It's completely fine. This is vibes. We can end the session right here. I'll say it was an amazing session.
So what happened? Walked into a bar.
You thought you would have ducked. Actually, I'll be right back because I have to use Discord anyway. I'm going to switch to my tablet so I have a bigger screen. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, can somebody talk real quick just so I can make sure that I can hear?
Blah blah
No.
blah.
Hello.
Good.
Wow, wow, wow,
Good.
wow.
Hey, did it work?
It worked.
Can you hear us, alright?
I can. Cute. Ooh.
You should play.
Praise
No.
You need to play My Choice for the brothel music.
My choice? What?
It's a personal thing going on here. This is the first time we heard her speak to Airee with her mic on.
Yep. Of course, he's not going to do it, but
I mean, you could always throw suggestions.
Well,
out
there's
there.
2, so I don't know which one she wants me to play.
That one. You know, the one I'm pointing at. Was helpful.
That coming through?
If this is what's actually playing in this tavern, then I am
No.
like hopping. Okay.
That would be what's playing in the brothel right now.
Damn.
You mean where Sammy and Sluggo just came from?
Yep.
I don't. That's uncomfortable.
It wouldn't have been playing in the bedroom.
It's playing on the main floor.
You'd be surprised how loud music can, or how well music can travel through wood.
This is background sounds.
no, I was just like, we have to play this because I'm dumb that way.
So I'll switch back to in music.
That was fun.
Well, this is the Rusty Dragon. There is, I guess some of you trying to go behind the bar. There is a halfling, and I posted her name. Hold on.
Marilla Shortstack.
I think it.
I got too many
was-
channels.
Can we move it to game notes wherever it is?
What the fuck is the we listening to?
Right?
No, I'll be honest. I thought that sounded something completely different. That's why I was fucking concerned.
Get
Shark
your
bait.
head out the
Ooh,
gutter. Is Amiko Kajitsu in here?
She's in the kitchen cooking breakfast.
Are we waiting for something?
Oh, I'm giving up on the name. We'll call her Belle. The halfling behind the bar, if you would like breakfast or a drink, is the one to see. There is a guy playing a harp up on the stage.
Is that up here?
Yep. And you see, it is quite a lot of patrons. Even early in the morning. Your buddy Foxglove's off in the corner. He'll wave to you all.
Morning.
If you want to sit with him, you can. If you want to sit elsewhere, there's at least one open table, or at the bar.
Allegretto is immediately gonna go over to the person playing the harp and hold up his ocarina and ask if I can go up and play with him.
Ooh.
Okay, he doesn't mind.
Cool. I will. This is the end. My ocarina is magic. So I'm not trying to steal his thunder. I just want to compliment whatever the harp is playing by matching his notes by playing something lower and slightly faster.
What? Why the fuck did we all of a sudden step into an El Pantino's? What the fuck?
No. Talk. This is the Golf with Friends music. That's what it sounds like.
No, we can change it.
Oh, hell yes. Does he have a guitar with him? I will totally just roleplay.
I mean, he can switch instruments. That's not a problem. There is the Parisians are gypsy-like, so there is a lot of that in town. So is anybody ordering breakfast, or?
Oh, heck yeah, I'll order breakfast.
We get
I'm
breakfast.
gonna get some breakfast.
You can place your orders at the halfling. About this time, you'll see Amiko will come out. And upon seeing you, she'll tell the halfling that your meals are free. And then she'll turn to you all and say, if you all would like, I can put you up here for a week for free for what you did to for the town last night. She's like Sammy and Alex and Slugga and Allegretto. Your bill is comp this week.
Okay, cool.
Honey, thank you.
Well, I'm just glad you're doing all right.
We do all right as long as the people are alive.
My character quirks his head to the right. He's like, yeah, that's fair enough. By the way, have you seen a bird?
And she'll look around. She'll point up on the stage.
Slightly smaller. My character will pantomime like a smaller box as a
Hear
raven
me
flies on
play.
his shoulder. Ah, never mind. There he is. You little shit.
You should be able to pull the raven out.
Oh yeah, he's been there. I'm just assuming he's outside, but now he's on my shoulder.
Did you do that thing where at first he runs into the glass of the window and then he finds his way in?
No.
Ah, darn.
Birds have disadvantage on perception checks against windows. Everyone knows this. Did we lose someone in Discord?
Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a mess
Well-
over by her.
Upon realizing that my bill is comped, I'ma order me something hefty.
I'll cast a
And you will
message and
find
talk
out
to
that-
Slugga and
Yeah.
ask him if he wants breakfast.
Yes. Why wouldn't I? It's food.
Specifics.
What?
I'll cast it again. What do you want for breakfast?
Food. Are there options?
All. He wants everything.
One of each, please.
My character will roll around to the to Belle, as I believe her name is called. 4 links of sausage, loaf of bread, some porridge.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
You guys picking a table?
Is there an open one?
Yep, over by Foxglove.
Wait, who's Foxglove? Hold on, I think I'm getting confused.
The
This-
guy
okay, yeah.
we saved.
He's uglier than I remember.
I'm gonna turn to the person I was playing with. It was a pleasure playing with you this morning. Same time tomorrow, hopefully, if we are still here. Then I will hop my way around and just order a fish. Just a big, juicy fish from Belle.
Cooked.
Yes.
Have to check with you.
It depends on the day. Yesterday was a bit of a struggle, so I think we'll go for cooked.
And they'll run your breakfast out to you after about 10 minutes. You can chat with Aldern if you like, or you can talk amongst yourselves. See what you guys are going to do today.
Well, I just gotta say, I don't know about you guys, but I slept like a baby. I mean, so good. So relaxing. I just needed some time to shut my eyes, and I just passed out.
Alex will be leaning back into his chair, looking vaguely tired.
Is that a new weapon that you have? Oh, wait, wrong voice. Is that a new weapon that you have there? I thought I recognized something other than your dagger. I think I might need. I only have a spear right now. I think I may need something else.
You talking to me, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I got a dagger, and I got my bow, and I have my short sword.
Did
You know, I
find,
like to keep my options open.
Did you find the short sword in town? Perhaps I should pick one up as well.
You know, that's not a bad idea. There's lots of options around here. You know, I just felt like a change. You know, um, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like a change. But we could go shopping if you want. I gotta get some more arrows. So I need to get to one of the stores anyways.
We're going to have to do something about our health situation as well. I don't want to end up being killed by a bunch of goblins like we almost faced a little while ago.
Yeah, that's very important.
Sorry
Is
to intervene, but this time I would say that we at least have our guard up.
Star is not in here yet, is she? No.
She's sitting next to you, but let's
Yeah,
just
well,
say she's eating.
yes, a complete stranger that none of you has met before. Um,
Should I put her back to where she was?
yeah, probably, because I can't introduce her if she's not here.
I mean, yeah, that's true. You could try. She is sitting over there. And actually, that's a good point. You came in, and I did not see Delilah come in.
No, you did
So
not. Delilah is not here.
no flying inside, Allegretto.
So I don't know what everybody's plan is today, but I know we need to go shopping. I gotta go to the pound.
The pound?
Shopping for what?
Yeah. Well, I need some arrows. I just said that. Were you not listening to me?
I would
Oh, no,
assume you would be going and buying something other than arrows.
Well, I mean, that was the number one concern.
Concerned, Sammy. Where is?
What
Have
else?
you seen
What?
Delilah this morning?
Yeah, she has some work to do. You know,
Of
the
course, of
the
course.
early bird and all that.
He understands that a little bit, and his feathers just slightly poof out. It's his version of blushing. It's like, God, I understand.
You shut up.
Quick question, because I don't remember. Did we after we left the graveyard situation, the sheriff is the one who sent us there. We never went to go speak with him, did we?
He was with us.
He was
He was
with
with
you,
us?
but if you want to speak to him, because he did mention that they had captured some goblins and had them
Okay, that's right.
in
That's
the
right.
jail.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
There is a general store where you can get arrows. Or you can go to the blacksmith and get arrows.
All right. Well, were we wanting to stop by the sheriff and find out some more information about these guys that he found and captured?
It would probably be a good idea.
I was going to go do that later. Did you want to come with?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
I
go
think I
along
do.
as well.
And your
Sluggo's nodding.
pupper is at the Goblin Squash stables, by the way.
Okay, that's where I want to go.
Pupper?
Not the pound. The stables.
Excuse
Well,
me,
I got
Pupper?
I got some errands to run. So long story short, my dog, um, he wasn't on his best behavior, and he was he had to go away for a moment, and I've been trying to save up the money in order to go get him, because he is my doll baby, and I have the money now, and I am not waiting another single day to get him back. So my number one concern today is to go get him. That's all I care about. Now, I would like to go see the sheriff, and I'd like to go see all of the other things, but I need my family. And I've been waiting long enough, and I just need to go get my family.
All right, and so arrows are a gold piece per 20. And somebody had mentioned potions, and potions are probably out of your price range. Unless you have 50 gold.
Nope.
Do not have 50 gold to spend.
So
Do we have 50 gold between us?
I mean, so
no.
we might have 50 gold collectively if I don't go get my dog. So I would need to be convinced.
No, you're fine. I think we have enough healing. We'll just be smart with it.
I mean, if that's a if that's a battle you want to fight, by all means, you can try and convince Sammy.
Well,
It's called Don't Get Stabbed.
to give you an idea, I find it very ironic. This is the second group I've had in this, and the first one was named Healers Wanted Apply Within. They had about the same situation for healing.
I was gonna say, I just had a moment where I had of deja vu. It's like, oh,
Three healers in the party.
I can heal you in a strange sense of stabbing and killing the thing before it does damage to you.
Oh, that's the sweet release of death. Yeah. That's the greatest healing spell in the book.
Death. No, I mean Slugga goes and kills the thing before it damages you. Therefore, you're technically healing, but in the past. It's like time travel, but get stupid or something.
My brain hurts. I have bird brain.
I don't think that's how that works.
Don't worry about it. It's not like Slugga can explain it to you.
So do we wanna eat breakfast and then meet back together later?
Slugga nods furiously about the eating breakfast part. Just yes.
And then we're gonna get back together later to go to the sheriff? We all gonna go? Anybody want to go shopping?
Well, I don't have. I'm only a nomad. I don't have much. Everything has been traded and is going with my tribe on the road. So it's just what I have and 10 gold. So that's about all. I don't know that there's much that I can actually
If
purchase.
nothing else, we could also look for opportunities to make some coin here in town.
Like what?
It's a good question. We could start by asking around.
Maybe the sheriff will have some sort of opportunity for us to assist around the town.
You could sell quills.
What?
You could sell quills, Greto. You look like you have some very nice quills. You know, writing utensils. You
I
can't
do
tell
not
me you've
consider
never.
my feathers writing utensils.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
Well, I'm just saying, some people will sell a kidney. You could sell quills. It's a
If it
lot
comes a
easier
point
than a
my
kidney.
feathers start to flee my wings, then I'll think about it. Not a bad idea, seeing as they do grow back, but
Thank you. I have great ideas.
shall we go then? Wait, DM, did we get was our breakfast brought out to us? Did we pick it
Yes. No, it was brought out to you. Like I said, it took about
okay.
10 to 15 minutes and it showed up.
up? Alright, so you watched me devour just a cooked fish on a plate. It was nothing special. It might have been very awkward too. As soon as I start eating, there's no eye contact or me speaking to anyone else until he's finished.
Does they do that weird thing where they like hork it down like it's just like
He
beef
starts
up?
at first. He starts at first using utensils to
You
cut it,
peck at it.
and then he picks it up and pecks it out of his hand, and pecks another one out of his left hand, and then just starts pecking the plate that it's on.
Slugger's just gonna like stare at you, just like this fucking guy. Like he's just gonna stare for a minute before moving on to start eating his own breakfast. Probably a little bit quicker than he should be.
Yeah.
Well, the general store is on the way to the garrison. The garrison would be where the sheriff would be. That's also where the jail is.
Where is the stables?
It is going the opposite. Well, they're still going north, but the opposite way. 1 second. Nope, I take that back. Nope, wrong one. We'll move you back. So 26 is the general store.
Okay.
38, which is beside the Rusty Dragon, is where the stables are.
He's right there.
Mhm.
I'm running. If he's that close, as soon as I finish eating, I'm like booking it.
And Davrin Hosk is there. He's the one that runs the stables. It's called the Goblin Squash Stables.
I am going to fly, or I'm going to walk over to Sammy. I get a little bit uncomfortable in this establishment, so I will be waiting on the roof.
Okay, no
Just fly to the top
problem.
of the building. And
Now,
I'm just up there looking left and right like a bird does.
you do know that Davrin hates goblins. I mean, well, hate's probably an understatement. And one of the things, the stable is covered with his collection. They're tacked up everywhere. Preserved goblin ears.
Ew.
That's something.
They're on 3 different rafters.
Said his name is Devlin.
Davrin, Davrin.
Devlin.
And he's even got their names like burned into the ears. The goblin's name. He actually will play a bounty for people to go out and kill goblins. And see, the reason why, Davrin will explain to you, the reason why their names are up on with the ears is, to a goblin, the worst thing you can do is write down the name, because that is desecrating its memory. You know, he's an old ranger. He's retired. And one of the things in his office, his pride and joy, which he likes showing off, there's a large glass bottle, and it's filled with brine, and there's a preserved goblin body that he says is Chief Wardus. And he says his tribe's now extinct. They were the bone grinders. So, if you asked, he has a lot of stories about goblins to share, how he likes killing them and everything. You could tell pretty fast that's his favorite enemy.
Hey. All right. Well, I'm running inside, and I'm guessing is he like behind a desk or?
Oh, he's helping with the horses, cleaning them, brushing them, things like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
You know, he has a number of dogs, so, you know, yours being housed and trained there, so it's just been there for a while.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, okay, I know you said that I couldn't get Bruiser until I brought you the money. I got the money. It's right here. Where is he? Where is he? I'm ready to take him home.
He's with all the other puppers, like always.
Okay, well, let me have him.
Well, you can go get him. Just don't let the other dogs out of the pen.
All right. And then I'm going to, like, give him a handful of gold and run get Bruiser.
So you will find that the dog is well trained. So he's went from puppy to, you know, a young adult. He got trained with all the other hunting dogs. So he knows basic commands, which Davrin would have, you know, showed you how he was training the dog and what the commands were. So, you know, attacking or guard, or it's what it can do now. You can teach it new tricks and stuff as you go.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
And you should be able to drag him out on the map when you need to.
All right. So after I get Bruiser, I'm just going to turn around and look at him and say, so, did you hear about all the craziness yesterday?
Oh, I had heard, more than heard, I got to kill some goblins.
Yeah. Where were you in the middle of all of it?
No, he was down here killing goblins. So he's the reason they didn't get in and attack the horses.
Gotcha.
Because goblins hate horses. And dogs.
And gnomes.
And
Or is that
anything that's
kobolds?
not goblins.
but especially horses and dogs. That's why their daggers and stuff are called dog slicers.
Jeez. That would have been great information to know when I
Yes,
was
but
creating everything, Airee. I'm immediately terrified.
So,
Is
Davrin, I hear that you have a bounty up for a goblin kill. What would you need as proof of a goblin kill, and what is the bounty per goblin?
I'll give a silver piece for the ears. And I'll give you 2 silver pieces if you get its name. So 1 for the ear, 1 for the name.
what if I bring you 2 ears? They get you both his ears, so I get 2 silver.
If you bring me ears from 2 different goblins, I'll give you 2 silver.
You only want 1 ear?
1 or 2, it doesn't matter. They just add to the collection. Let me put it this way. If you manage to cut the ear off, it'll be dead. And that suits me just fine.
So, Davrin, how do you get these goblins to give up their names?
Well, if you make them die slowly,
Oh,
sometimes they think they can get away.
oh. Did you, by the way, Davrin, when we were fighting yesterday, we noticed that there were goblins of many different tribes, and they looked like they were almost working together. Is that something that you've noticed in the past in this area?
No, that's not a normal activity for a goblin. They would have to have a very strong leader to bring the goblins together, somebody that could put the goblin war chiefs in their place and make the tribes follow their leadership.
Now that I think about it, didn't we see, in addition to the goblin tracks at the cathedral graveyard, didn't we see some human or small footprints?
You know, they were
Oh.
humanoid. They were bigger than goblins. And they were booted.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some shoe prints. Big boots. I remember.
Strange. I wonder if that's the person that's coordinating the goblin attacks. Any idea of what any goblin around in the area did you know of, or do they just sort of come and go?
No, the tribes are scattered around Sandpoint. There's some to the southwest. There's several to the east. They've been here since as long as Sandpoint has. Yeah. But I did manage to do away with one tribe.
Very impressive.
So he'll offer you a bounty for goblin ears and goblin names.
I think that's doable. We come across anything, I'll be sure to bring you back a token or 2.
I thank you for killing all you can, lass.
Yeah. No problem.
The only good goblin's a dead one. You have any more questions for him? You gonna move to the general store?
Is anybody else in here?
Alex
Yeah.
is probably inside, just like talking shock with Foxglove about stuff that you guys probably don't care about.
Okay.
Gagnetta was with you.
Yes, if nobody else wants to talk to him, then yeah, I'm good with going to the general store.
Slug is probably still eating the remnants of everybody's breakfast.
Yes. If you left it behind, it's free game. Although odds are if everybody ran out, he probably would just pocketed what bits he could reliably preserve and then run after everybody.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm singing happy birthday now.
So, Slugga, how's the sausage? I thought so.
What?
Your character's mute and just makes noises, so I just thought that'd be a meme.
Nah, I think the noise would be, if it's good sauce, would just be.
Good talk.
Hey, Airee,
Yes?
can I change the picture for Bruiser?
Sure, give me art.
Okay.
It'll probably get done next week, but
Yeah, that's fine.
Alex, who is this your raven friend?
What? Where?
There's a bird right next to you.
What? Huh! No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he's sort of a friend. We'll go with that. I assume there was a follow-up question to that?
No, I just noticed him all of a sudden. Is he is he trained to hunt for you? Is he trained to look out for you? Is what does he do? Just keep you company?
How can I put this in... I have an idea. I'm going to turn the other direction, so that I can no longer see you. If you do me a favor, hold up a random number of fingers.
Okay. And do I need to say how? Okay. Do I say how many fingers I'm holding up?
That's not how this would work, but feel free. My character looks away, and I would basically use an action to look through my familiar's eyes.
And your familiar sees Gagnetta holding up 3 fingers.
3 fingers.
How did you do that? So you can see what he sees?
Up to a point.
Well,
Makes
that
me
could
blind
be
and
very
deaf, though.
useful. That would probably keep us from getting ambushed by a bunch of goblins in the future.
Ears open.
Are you waiting for Spiral to get back? Are we waiting for Spiral to get back?
Were we not?
I do not know.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Half the team is down. Sound the emergency button.
Real, real.
I'm getting more not in chat questions.
Excellent.
I made a poor choice early on, and I too have an axe, but also a spear, and I am wondering if I made the wrong choice.
In what way?
My spear didn't seem very effective. Maybe, well, I'm level 1 too, so
Level 1 is level 1 do.
The spear will become more powerful as you become more powerful.
well, let's hope we live that long.
Here's open.
And your axe was what, a great axe?
Yeah, but there was a story reason for that, and then that got sort of
No,
shot up.
that's fine. But that would be a two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, that was short and sweet.
Like me.
Where did everybody go?
Yeah, you could do a lot more damage with the great axe. However, you would be giving up armor class to do that. So, I mean, longsword would technically do more damage, but again, if you gave up your shield, then so would the spear.
I'm going to stick with what I story-wise why
Crazy.
I chose it in the first place.
So, are you all moving towards the general store?
Sure.
I believe so.
So,
Does your bird stay on your shoulder as we're all walking?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. I'm gonna be flying about 60 feet directly above you, just giving the bird eye to your bird, not in an aggressive way, just kind of like a, what's this bird gonna do?
You've been replaced.
Yep. I'm just gonna be looking until we get where we're going.
My character will observe this behavior and look to Sammy. Does he do this often?
You know how birds are. They just have like weird fascinations with things. I don't know. Just ignore him. He'll be all right.
The Celestial masquerading as
They
a
call
bird on my
it
shoulder
bird
resents that.
brain.
Slugger's just gonna kind of like point to the two birds and just kind of do like the looping around the ear like crazy thing, kind of off to the side so those two can't see it, but everybody else can.
all right, I will move one of you to the general store, and the others can follow.
Woo. Ah.
General store is ran by the Vendor family. The dad is Vin Vendor. His wife is Celesta. This is probably the best stock general store in town. They have anything from farm equipment to weapons, tack for horses or other farm animals. They have tools, furniture, food, and they even have homemade pies by his wife. Vin has two daughters. One is Katrine, and the other one is Shayless.
I'm not even gonna try to type those out.
No, not Vin Diesel, Vin Vendor.
Darn.
Is this a one-story facility?
No, they live above it. The stores and stores on the first level. Their house is, up on the second level.
His daughters were named Catrice and what?
Katrine and Shayless. It's in chat.
Well, I'm gonna be looking for arrows.
And the arrows will be with the weapons section. They're easy to find. They are a gold piece per 20, so you can decide how many you want to get.
I'm just gonna get one bundle of 20.
You feel a tap on your shoulder as Allegretto hands you 2 gold pieces. Make sure you have plenty.
You want me to spend all this on arrows?
Whatever you need, just as long as you are fully stocked.
Oh,
You
honey, are you gonna be my new sugar daddy?
Ooh.
I am not entirely sure what that means, but
That's okay. I'm gonna take it as a yes. Thank you.
oh,
Allegretto's evolved to simp.
the bard
And-
just lost his tongue.
Oh, of course.
The bard can roll me insight.
Charles,
Hello?
I think I've become a powerful minstrel. I've killed him with words.
Kill the words. Alright, hold on, my mouse froze. Alright, there it goes. Insight. Hey, that's not bad.
Everybody talking about insight. Why can't it be outsight?
Good
Then we couldn't
question.
see it.
There it went.
21.
So my father and my tribe were here bartering with them, bartering what we had, skins and stuff, right? This is the place that we were?
No, you went to the Merchants Guild to trade, and
Oh.
you probably when you got permission to trade, and you were probably dealing with the leather workers, which is I believe 25 on the map.
This is a general store, right?
Yes.
Got all sorts of things. Okay. I'm gonna look for some sort of treats of some sort for Bruiser.
Probably jerky.
If they've got jerky, I'm getting jerky.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably chicken jerky, but I'll take whatever they got.
Alex will
ET.
purchase 3 days rations and 2 sheets of paper.
Okay. Things here are standard price, so
How do you know what a day's worth of rations are?
they're 5 silver. And
No, I mean my sheet says rations 20 pounds, but I don't know how many that is and how much
10.
Okay, so that's
There should be a 10 like off to the left.
so how many days is that?
10.
10 days worth?
Yes.
Oh.
So 2 pounds worth of food a day. You collect your water as you go. You typically will need a water skin. But, if you're in town, you wouldn't be spending rations because rations is more like hardtack, beef jerky. It's things that'll go on the road easy and keep.
So if I'm getting something for Bruiser, would it just be considered basic rations?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at treats, if you would be 5 silver, and it's 2 pounds worth of jerky. That's a lot of jerky.
That's gonna last a long time.
Depending on how many treats you give him.
Okay.
Can I ask the what is it?
Vin?
Can I ask Vin? Vin, is there any kind of anything that you're purchasing? Like if an adventurer were to go out and find something or to kill something, is there anything in particular that you're looking for that you might be willing to purchase or trade for?
Oh, I don't deal with, things, adventures like magic items and things like that. There's others in town that do.
I meant more as a way to earn some income or to trade for items that you have.
Well, if you find some nice gear or nice weapons, we can talk. But typically, that's not really my wheelhouse. I'm a general storekeeper here.
The girl's still leading you to a house and home?
The girls will be the death of me, or the death of whoever tries to get with them.
My character nods.
I will approach Vendor. Excuse me, Mr. Vendor. Does this establishment have any caltrops available?
Yes.
What is the price of those?
A bag of 20 is a gold piece. He has anything on the standard adventuring gear list, minus the potions of healing, because there's 2 alchemists in town.
Right.
Now, if you're looking for armor or specialized weapons, now normal weapons, things like that, he'll have. When you get into the exotics like Dwarven warhammers and things like that, he won't. Basic
I'm
armor.
going to get 2 gold worth of caltrops. I think I can find that pretty easily. What is the weapon? Is it a sling? It's basically something you throw and it could wrap around someone's feet.
That
Or
would
is
be
that
a
just a net?
bolo,
A bolo.
which I don't know that they have that in this game.
Well, if they don't, I will not ask for it.
Yeah, they don't even show a net.
Wait, the net is there?
No, they don't show a net either.
Oh, that's fine. We'll
net.
figure that. We'll get a net somewhere else, or we'll make one.
A large or smaller
yeah.
creature hit by a net is restrained until it is freed.
I mean, he probably has stuff for like fishing nets, but you can also go to the fishing guild for that.
Right. I'm gonna stick with the 40 caltrops. So I think
Not
you
a
said
problem.
2 gold. Right.
And to explain, since I've had that question yet again, not on chat,
Sorry.
a caltrop. Think of a large-sized jack. Remember playing with jacks when you were a kid and stepping on them?
Oh.
Yes,
Honestly,
these are
yeah.
just sharp, pointy jacks.
They're like ball bearings, but they're spiky. If you wanted to trip
Okay.
somebody, this makes it difficult terrain, and they take damage if they walk through it.
So, in essence, what you're doing is throwing out a whole bunch of Legos.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Low quality Legos. Legos would do more damage. I feel.
Yes.
Well, given that these things can go through your foot,
Yeah, but Legos can
Clearly,
make you
you have
break your
never
own
stepped on a
face.
Lego.
My kid, he has umpteen hundreds and thousands of Legos.
I mean, in a sense, caltrops are almost like a predecessor to razor wire. So
Anything else anybody needs to purchase?
well, Slugga's gonna grab a bundle of the 20 arrows for a gold.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't think much else he would deem worthwhile for purchase, given what little money he has.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
money to
it.
spend on anything else.
Just to ask you out of character, Sin, is there anything else you need right now?
Need? I mean, I don't think there's anything I need. I don't have any like health potions or anything like that, so I need not to die. Um,
And near one
but
of the 3 people that can heal you.
yeah, no,
But you got all the arrows and stuff you need?
I mean, if they come in sets of 20 and I was already going to spend a gold and you gave me 2,
Or-
so that's 60 arrows right there.
Yep.
I would
It's
hope.
it's good to not run out of arrows. Ever. Just me.
I think I'm good.
Alright. Chops is all I needed. I think I have rope on me. I actually don't know. But my mouse is acting weird. Strange.
Okay, here's a question for you. I do have a hunting trap, but I don't have like a knife to skin anything. Is there something that I can buy for that?
A dagger.
Oh,
Skin
okay.
knife.
I have a small knife.
I have a dagger as
I
well.
have a dagger.
I should probably have a dagger too, but I don't know.
Daggers are 2 gold.
Did you say you needed a dagger out loud?
No, I said, how do I add it?
Well, she would be buying one from Van. If you go into D&D Beyond, go to your inventory, you can add items from there.
Yes, that is what I did. I'm just
I was
noticing your dog, Sammy. Your dog's icon.
She
I will
said,
be updating that.
yeah,
I'll
she wants
figure-
to change it, so that was one I found.
I will share
It's,
with you what he looks like.
it's just crazy to think in this fantasy world, it's all this weird things, and then it's just a normal dog.
I mean, if you think that's weird,
He's a good boy.
Sammy can technically
He's a
ride
boy.
that dog.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's very true.
I can. A Danny. He real big.
Ooh. Well, if we ever get to that point, I can launch you like a flying missile. I think it's crazy you have the most health out of everyone right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
High Constitution.
Should we go? Is there anywhere else we should stop, or should we go and see the jail and the sheriff?
Be on our way to the sheriff.
I suppose.
The day of errands is a little simpler than an evening of killing goblins.
Yeah, I want to see what they got going on down there. So I'm good to go when you guys are. I've been working on not being so over demanding. I know I'm in a little body, but apparently that I can be a little bit bossy sometimes. So, don't listen to me if y'all don't want to go. I'm just saying I will go.
Gretel's following behind you as if he was following you for a long time. Like, oh, did you not? Yes. How did we get here?
Okay, the garrison is a large stone
Jesus.
fortress. It doubles as the militia barracks and the jail. Jail being underneath the ground. All of the above ground is where the town guard, the militia, is housed. There's You've been in town for years. There's about a dozen full-time guards. There's about twice as many servants and other experts. So there's smiths, cooks, bookkeepers, couriers. Allegrezza would know it because he does. He works with the couriers sometimes. Generally, you might have a drunk in the drunk tank sleeping it off, but it's usually pretty quiet. There's 3 or 4 people on duty. So when you go in, there'll be a sergeant at a desk and a couple of other people doing rounds. When you ask, what are you going to, when you go in, what do you do?
Hello, Sergeant. I assume the bailiff sent for us?
The bailiff?
Bailiff? Sergeant Baylor?
Baylor Hemlock? The sheriff? Oh, well, if you,
What, is the bailiff not here?
he's the sheriff. Baylor.
Right, but is the bailiff not available?
We don't have a bailiff.
Oh, that's right, he retired 3 weeks ago. Son of a bitch.
No, they have no court in Sandpoint. Any trials that happen go to Magnamar. They put the people in a wagon and ship them off for trial.
So this is Foxglove's fault. Son of a bitch. Statement rescinded. Yeah, I assume Baylor sent for us.
No, he told you they had captured some people and you wanted to talk to him and to the goblins. I think that's why you were here, is it not?
Unless someone else has suddenly decided to want to learn their guttural language, I believe the only one who can talk to them.
So he'll get one of the guards to go check with Baylor to see if he can see you, and he'll come back and they'll escort you to his office. As I said before, Baylor is a Shanti, which you would know they're mostly nomadic, but it's kind of odd for them to settle down into a town. But he's been sheriff for the last 5 years.
Did I check something as we walk into this place? I assume I walked in behind Sammy.
Okay.
I would like to glance at everybody's feet to see if they are booted shoes.
Sammy, you're a gnome. Do you have boots?
Yes, they would be boots.
Their feet, the people who work in here.
Oh, yes, they're all booted. I mean, going around town, unless they're just extremely poor or very young, people have boots.
Gotta be hard to pick up on that one. Okay. You will notice that and just follow if we're being led somewhere. As you were.
So, one of the guardsmen will escort you to Baylor's office and let you in. And Sheriff Baylor will stand up. Welcome, welcome. It's nice to see you again. Appreciated the help last evening.
Certainly, Sheriff. Could you give me a situation on what's happening with the prisoners? Are they all in one particular group? Are they in separate cells?
Oh, no. They're down in one cell.
Hmm.
They don't seem to know very much. They just keep repeating that a Longshanks sent them.
They're all from the same tribe.
No, which is what we find unusual. Somebody is behind this, but they don't seem to know anything other than all Longshanks look alike.
I mean, if you've seen a long shank, you've seen them all. They're not wrong.
So Longshanks is what they consider any humanoid, like human, elf, dwarf, anything that's tall, which is anything bigger than them.
Everything but a pixie.
They keep going on that it was a Longshank that planned all this. And all they know is the Longshank wanted to go to the graveyard, and they could kill as many things as that we could kill as many things as they could lay their hands on.
So I assume they all know that they're bound for the hangman's noose?
Well, they'll go to trial in Magnamar.
My character sniggers.
That's where they like to hang the folks at.
Alright, well, I can try working with that, but if they're all together, it's going to be a problem, but I'll see what I can do.
So if you want, he'll go down with you to the cells. I mean, they can cull one out if you would like.
So, here's what my character was thinking. We're going to try and turn this into a game. My character is going to attempt to interrogate them one by one and essentially lay out to each of them. So here's the situation. We're going to play a game. Whichever one of you scores the most points gets to walk out of here. Everyone else, well, I can't tell. I can't tell what's going to happen to you in Magnabar, but it's probably not going to be pleasant. Now, the way you get points is dictated by how helpful you are, and how little of your information conflicts with the others.
By this time, they've got bored listening to you and started chattering among themselves again.
Were they not separated?
Oh, they'll yell across the room at others.
I meant by rooms, but okay.
Well, think of this as the cells. The front has bars, and there's not really rooms. It's more of just a line of barred cells. Sort of like an Old West dungeon.
Okay.
I mean, you can get their attention, but they're goblins. They're a little flighty. So if you talk to them too long without trying to get information, they just kind of start looking at it like a roach, and will go try catching the roach to eat, things like that.
Would you like some assistance in giving their attention?
You have an idea?
I have talents.
Was that talents or talons?
Talons, rays, or claws as hands.
Oh. That's sad because I thought for with a bard, maybe you would have talent. But don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay.
Slugga's gonna try and hold in a bit of a snort, and it just kind of comes out. He's clearly laughing about it.
Negreto stares at his ocarina, at his talons, and then just takes a quiet step backwards.
If you wish to get their attention, by all means, go ahead.
All right. As soon as you say that, how many goblins are in front of me?
They have 4.
There's 4. Whoever is closest to me, I guess, if there's no visual there. Allegretto starts talking, and there's the caca, but as the caca is going, you hear another darker voice speaking underneath of it that says, "You will listen when being spoken to," and I will cast vicious mockery on the goblin closest to me.
Let me find my goblins.
While you're looking, do goblins just not like dogs, or are they afraid of dogs? Do they not like them because they're afraid of them?
Why not both?
Man, it's kind of both.
Hmm.
Yeah, the goblin will grab his head. Ah!
I'll turn to Alex. There you go. Either you have that one's attention, or at least the other 3 might learn something from it.
Very well. My character will continue talking to this goblin, in goblin, predictably. Now then, you can give me the name of the Longshanks, or we can just skip the trip to the gallows.
What Longshanks? You Longshanks.
The one who sent you here.
Longshank look like you.
I'm going
And he
to
didn't
guess.
tell you his name?
Chief says go. Me no need name.
Who's your chief?
This one is part. Oh, I gave you guys the tribes. 1 second. This one's from the swamp to the south. Somebody brought me ice cream.
They brought Airee ice cream or the goblin ice cream?
Airee.
Oh.
I think they're bribing the GM.
Hey, that's the
mean-
smart move.
Yeah, this one's from Brine Stump. So, yeah, all they know is Longshank came, made deal with Chief. They go raid.
Since when do the swamp dwellers work with the rest of the tribes?
Chief says go. We go.
getting anywhere with this one.
My character turns his head to look at Elgar. No.
But let me know when he needs to tossling. His eyes are getting very narrow.
I think the gallows would be the most helpful thing that'll have ever happened to this goblin. Let's try the next one.
Can we chop off its ear?
No.
If you want to go
I
through the
love
bars
the laugh.
in front of Baylor, be my guest.
Well, he's not gonna need his ear if he's dead.
Tell Baylor
No,
that.
they have to go. They have to go to Magnamar.
Pity.
Would not be wise to harm the goblins that have been detained by this place.
I know who you want the ears for. He'll have to get his somewhere else.
I'll go down to the next cell. Can I tell what tribe this particular goblin is from?
Mosswoods.
You there.
And you'll see him. He starts looking around behind him.
I see. Allegro!
Yes.
I believe we need some encouragement.
He's just trying to figure out who you're talking to.
Oh. Wait, does my character tell that? He's just randomly looking around in his cell.
He's like, why are you talking to me? Who are you talking to? He just has this like, oh, you can't be talking to me. Why do you want to look to me? I don't know him.
These are metal bars, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my dagger out and kind of just lightly bang it on the metal to where the goblin's looking at me. And then point a talon over to Alex.
Since when do the Mosswoods make deals with Longshanks?
Chief make deal. We don't make deal.
Since when does your chief make deals?
Whenever it suits him.
Mm-hmm. Can you describe the Longshanks?
He'll look around. He'll go, sort of look like you. Pointy ears.
My character squints. That's the most helpful they've been all day. Allegroto, leave that one alone. I'll go to the next one. What tribe is this one from?
Nettlewood. I mean, not no. Yeah, Nettlewood. Which is where the thistle tops are.
Wasn't the Thistletops also what the first goblin was from?
No. First one was a brine stump found from the marsh.
I see. My notes have gotten mixed up a little bit here. Thank you, Google Docs. Okay. You there?
He'll just look at you. Kind of cock his head where he's kind of sort of looking upside down at you.
You're from Thistletop, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bit of a trek to be going down here on a deal made with Longshanks.
We get loot.
Looks like you got captured.
Me trip, falling bucket.
That can happen. Why did your chief send you here?
We get raid. Bring anything back we want. Kill us dogs. And Longshanks, too.
Grr.
Well, that doesn't seem to make any sense. It seems like a Longshank sent you here. Why didn't you
Longshank
kill
wanted to go to
him?
the graveyard.
Why didn't you kill him? Take his things.
Chief says no.
That didn't confuse you?
Was confused.
So far as I remember, goblins mostly take what they want. Did the Longshanks not have anything you wanted?
Chief said leave alone.
Curious. Can you describe the Longshanks? Pointy ears, look kinda like me.
Tall. Skinny.
My character
Or
looks
boots.
back. Allegrato.
What
No
is
matter what happens today, that one gets to live.
I mean, I do not intend to kill a creature who is captive, but there's the guards are down here with us, right?
Yeah, there's a guard and Baylor's down there, so.
I'm literally just
Yeah,
like
I'll-
looking at you and just like shooting the shit. There's like, that one gets to live. And I'll go down to the last goblin.
He's just banging his head into the bars.
Like in the like, oh, I'm so fucking bored kind of banging, or the I'm literally trying to kill myself banging.
You don't know.
I can
That's
I
an
reach,
important
can
distinction to make.
He
Can
bangs
my
his head.
talon
And he
fit through?
kind of he kind of staggers back dizzily and falls to the ground. And then you see him trying to like he's moving his head around. His eyes are kind of pointing in two different directions.
Alex will kind of palm his face. What the fuck has become of my life? I'm trying to interrogate these cretins. Alright, you. Baylor, I think this one broke himself.
Did the goblin fall to the ground?
Yes.
He fell to the ground. His head's you can see his eyes are kind of like pointing in two different directions. You know, he was just sitting there beating his head into the bars, and now he's.
Baylor, would you mind if I had a closer look at the goblin?
Just don't hurt him.
I think
Quite
he's
the
very well
opposite.
suitably done that himself.
Yes, I'd like to see if the goblin is playing fake or trying it a bit. I assumed these would have to be unlocked. These are locked cages, cells.
One would
Yeah,
hope
they're
so.
locked.
Well, I'm asking if I can go in there to look at him.
Oh,
I hold my hands up.
he'll stand back up and he'll come back and he'll start beating his head into the bars again.
Oh, can I grab him if he gets close?
You can try.
Yeah, like can my talons fit through to where I can maybe hold his head against the bars instead of him banging it?
You can try.
All right, what am I rolling for this?
Athletics.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's one of my better ones. Yep, that's about right.
Hold on 1 second. Now you're trying to hold his head, and he keeps moving your hand and going back into the bars. But he'll like look at you like, "Why you rub my head?"
I don't know what he just said to me because I don't speak Goblin. I'll just look back over to Alex and shrug.
He's asking why you rubbed his head. Why are you
Preserve
here?
his brain.
He'll point at the guard. He stuck me in cell.
Why
His
did
fault
Chief
I'm
send you
here.
here?
Oh, we go raid. We have much fun.
How did your chief get this idea?
Longshanks. He say Longshanks want to go to town.
Why didn't you raid the Longshanks?
No, we raid the town. Town have stuff. We don't have stuff. Now we have stuff. Then big man stick me in shelf before I get away.
Longshanks had stuff. Why didn't take his stuff?
Chief like Longshank.
Why?
I don't know. Longshank wanted to go graveyard. Group went to graveyard. We had other jobs. We got to raid. We set things on fire. Ha ha!
Sluggo just kind of gives a little clap and points at the goblin after what he just said there with Longshanks going to the graveyard.
I assume they're saying this in Goblin.
Yeah, and
Oh, shit, my bad. Whoops.
the other ones have been saying the same thing, that Longshank wanted to go to the... So, pretty much you all knew that the Longshank wanted to go to the graveyard. But they don't have a name.
But what they do have
they're
what they
fodder.
do have is a consistent theme.
Did he say what it was? Because she speaks Goblin. What was Longshanks looking for in the graveyard? Did he say? Was there
I don't
something you
know.
were supposed to find?
He didn't talk to us. We raid. He had different group.
Anyone in here right now we're in the other group?
You don't hear an answer.
By your tones, it doesn't sound like the conversation is going very far.
Well, there's a theme, not particularly helpful, but there is a theme. So far, what we've discerned is that my character air quotes, Longshanks in question is tall, thin, has pointed ears, and none of them can quite
And wears
understand.
boots.
Is he what?
And wears boots.
Well, yes, that we do. And apparently none of them can understand why their chief is doing the bidding of a Longshanks.
Well, that brings up.
Describe him again.
What?
Describe him again. What does he look like? What do we know? We know about the boots. He's got
Tall,
ears.
thin, pointed ears. Supposedly looks like me.
So you.
I don't have pointed ears, madam.
Yeah, but how do we know that they really said pointed ears? I don't know that. You're
My
just
character
telling me
points to
that.
Ganeda, who apparently speaks Grufflin.
Yeah,
That's right.
pointed ears. Sounds a little elfy or half elfy.
Alright, so we go over what we know. Some ragamuffin apparently went to several separate tribes, wandered in, didn't not get stabbed to death repeatedly, walked away, coordinated an attack on the town just so he could go to a graveyard, and then left his dirty knickers around for us to find from a previously enchanted rope. Following that through line, I can deduce that potentially the robe had something to do with the goblins not stabbing him to death, and him just playing on their baser instincts to go and kill things while they distracted them, or us from doing whatever he wanted to do.
All I want to know is it over? Are we done? Is this going to happen again? If this is not going to happen again, I need to get back to work.
My character shrugs. Couldn't tell you. Don't really have any of the testimony of the graveyard team here, but all we know is that, well, some guy clearly didn't want anybody finding whatever it was that he had because he raised corpses to defend it.
Is the sheriff down here with us?
Mhm.
Yes, Baylor's down there.
And Baylor asked us to go to the
Crypt.
graveyard, but
He
has not
asked you
asked,
to go with him. Yes.
but has not asked us for anything else yet.
Not
Right?
yet, no.
So the father had discovered the graveyard had been disturbed, and Baylor had sought you guys out since you had did such a good job in the town fighting, and he asked you to go help. Now, what you found or didn't find in the graveyard was the bones of the last high priest.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was one of the skeletons.
But he has not asked us for anything.
Not really.
Right.
So, what would you like to do now? Yeah, Baylor will say this is really the same information we got out of these cretins earlier. It seems like the graveyard was the goal. The rest of the town attacks were just a distraction.
But how did they get into the town so easily?
We found that the north gate was ajar.
Also, Sluggo would be able to share some info on that since there was the ladder
Yeah.
that they had found outside the wall when we were in the graveyard. I forget if he passed that information along or not, but I mean, Sammy would also be able to pass that along since she was there and she has a voice.
I mean, didn't you take the ladder?
I also
You did bring the ladder.
Yes, I did. I forgot about that. I think I probably left it behind in
You
the fucking
actually
brothel.
moved it to the other side of the wall.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but
but
after
he
I
did
came
take
down,
it
I
up.
took it with.
And then he brought it over to the crypt where we were all standing. I don't know if he ever took it out of the graveyard, but he did bring it back to the crypt where everybody was chattering.
Yeah, I don't remember if I said I took the ladder with. So it's either sitting next to the crypt or it's in the brothel at the moment.
Yeah. So the assumption that Baylor had made with you while you were at the graveyard was, for some reason, the Longshanks in question wanted the body of the dead high priest. He's been buried for 5 years. He died in the fire that destroyed the old church.
I think we just need to go talk to the priest. Something doesn't seem right about all this. And whoever this guy was, this long shank that wanted them in here, they clearly just wanted they just wanted the body, right? Maybe the priest knows something about that. Like why his body? What's so special about his body?
Okay, you want to go to the church?
As good a lead as any.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the church.
Here we go. Just to double check size reference, by the way. How big is Sammy's dog in comparison to Slugga?
How big is Slugga?
He is about 3'8".
3'8"? Okay, hold on.
It's a mastiff.
Yes.
So it's a decently big dog.
Oh, it's very big.
It's
I'm just
a
looking at how
large
big
dog.
they are.
I don't know why, but I'm just imagining Slugga riding it into battle.
Look, it's a
That is
small
possible.
lion.
Too much fluff to handle.
They can be as tall as 3 feet.
Fuck, that's a big dog.
They're bulky.
Yes. And if you see the picture that I included, I'm skinning a Tibetan mastiff. So they basically just look like a big bear.
Yeah. Yikes.
Have you ever seen the Beethoven movies? Remember the old Beethoven movies?
Yes, yes.
That's a mastiff.
Good old Bartholomew. Let's go. Where did we fly to? We're going to.
Father Xantus will be in the cathedral. He'll be leading morning prayers. So you're welcome to join in the prayer session.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So it's typical church. So you get about 30 minutes of it, but it was already rolling when you got in there. So about 30 minutes later, the service is over, and you can talk to Father Xantus.
All right, Alex, we'll approach him. Father Xantus, if we could have a few moments of your time.
Of course, my child. Thank you for the help last evening.
Think nothing of it. We were hoping you could illuminate something for us.
I can try.
We interrogated the goblins and didn't necessarily get anything of use out of them. They apparently have no real command structure other than they do what their boss tells them, and none of them knows why their boss does anything. So, we're missing a key piece of the puzzle here. Do you have any conceivable notion about why someone would want the remains of the old priest?
No, I mean, it was a tragedy when he was killed. I mean, he died in the fire. Quite a few people died that night. I mean, but sadly, the father and his daughter died here in the fire.
Why was there a fire?
No,
What caused the
we don't
fire?
know. We don't know. That's part of the sad part, but many of the buildings around the church were also burnt or destroyed, such as the White Stag Inn. It suffered massive damage.
Slugga's gonna tug on Alex to get his attention, kind of point at the finger thing for using the message.
I'll cast message. How can I help you?
Thought. Fires are either natural or unnatural. I know lightning. Lightning doesn't burn down a block. It burns down a single building. What are the chances fire was unnatural?
My character thinks for a bit. Father, if we could wax very obscure scenarios, how big was this fire exactly?
Well, it destroyed many of the buildings near here. I mean, and he'll point north to where number 3 is. I mean, even the white deer was damaged. So once the fire started, it just kept leaping building to building. These old wooden buildings been here so long. It was an old wooden church.
I see. And this happened, refresh my memory, in the late evening? Did this catch the fire brigade unaware?
It was at night.
Hmm.
And we figure the father, probably died in his sleep.
Again, waxing idle speculation. What was the father's species again?
He was human.
And I don't suppose he adopted an elf child?
No, his daughter was an Asmere.
Okay.
Hey,
An
Father.
angel.
Hey, Father.
Yes. Yes, my child.
So, you know lots of things, right? Because you're like a priest or whatever. Um, do you know of any reason, like maybe like some dark, like nefarious reason why somebody would need the bones of some dead guy?
I mean, there are necromancers about, but you would think it would have been easier to collect bones than what was done.
I mean, they're like holy bones, right? Because he's a priest.
But you're just creating a skeleton at that point. It was just bones. It wasn't a body.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I'm just saying they're holy bones, you know, right? They're holy. They're blessed.
Well, all the bones in the graveyard are blessed, my child.
Oh, that's beautiful. Not helpful though. Thanks.
Brain's working too hard, overheating.
I mean, those that were here 5 years ago know it was the times of the late unpleasantness. So,
What's the late unpleasantness?
no, the father will sit down. Oh, well, every town has crime. Every town occasionally will have murder when passion overcomes common sense. But 5 years ago, we had a string of murders, ghastly murders. Almost one a day for a month.
That don't sound too good.
No. We ended up, well, Baylor could tell the story better because he was the one that finally killed the man. So there was a man named Stute. He lived up on Chopper's Isle. Most people originally thought very highly of him. He could see birds in wooden things and would carve them. There used to be birds all over the city that he had carved. It used to be a bragging point until after the murders, and then it was found out that he was doing the murders. But he had been doing the carvings for years. And then that's when the last sheriff perished. He perished fighting Chopper. And Baylor followed him and slew him out on the Isle. I don't know what they found that day, but it must have been bad because they set fire to the Isle. They burned the stairs that lead up to the top of the plateau.
Slugga's gonna give another pull to just kind of signal to Alex to do the message thing again.
Alex will comply. How can I help you, Slugger?
So this isn't me trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but this was a bad time. They just caught the murderer and responded by burning down his place, which then, if I'm getting the timing right, is followed by the church burning down.
And that was afterwards. The father will tell you that he had to inter some of the bodies, and they were cut, neck, torso, deep cuts. Their hands and feet were completely chopped off and stacked nearby the bodies. They said the eyes and the tongue were missing entirely. They were just plucked from the head.
The murders were after the church burned?
No, they were before.
They were before the church burned. Okay. So what did this Duda guy look like?
Chopper? Or
Chopper?
Stute?
Suit.
Yes.
Yeah, the bad guy. The murder dude.
Yes, his name was Jervis Stute.
Jervis?
Yeah, Jervis.
Oh, mercy. I'd kill people too.
And his last name is Stoot.
You kill people too with that name.
Yeah. What did he look like? Tell me about him.
He was a human. He mostly stayed to himself. Wood carver, like I said, did beautiful work. There was stuff in fence posts, lintels, even the steeple on the church. It's just wherever he saw something, he would ask the person to release the bird within. All the carvings were birds.
Yeah.
When he wanted to move to the Isle, he said the place was a haven for local bird life, and he wanted to be with the birds. I mean, at the time it made sense. All he did was carve birds. I mean, the Carpenter Guild even volunteered free of charge to make the stairs going to the top of the plateau. He lived there for 15 years. It wasn't until the end that the murders started. The last sheriff was Casp, CASP, Averton, Avertin. He was a retired city watch from Magnamar. He was a good man, but he wounded Chopper. That's the trail of blood that from Chopper led back to the island. That's where Baylor found him and killed him. The church itself burned about a month later. I mean, it's both huge tragedies.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah, the fire started at the chapel. I don't know if a candle fell over or what, but it expanded. It consumed the North Coast stables, the White Deer Inn, and 3 other houses before it got put out.
Hmm.
The church itself burnt to the ground. And as a king, the high priest didn't make it out. And neither did his daughter, Nulia. Sad
His daughter
times.
buried.
Excuse me?
His daughter. She died too.
Yeah, she's
She's
interred in the graveyard also.
Very sad.
Yes, the crypt is for church clergy and things like that.
Oh yeah, of course, an
She had her.
angel wouldn't be good enough for that.
Well, the Asmere come down, and I know a lot of the people around here wanted her to do things that most people can't, and not understand when she doesn't. But an Asmere doesn't necessarily have the powers of an angel. Especially not a child. What else can I tell you?
Is there anyone in this town who would benefit from the chapel not being here?
No.
No rivals or enemies of the church over the past couple of years?
No. No one deals ill with any of the congregations that are under the roof. There are many gods that are worshipped in the town and represented here in the cathedral. We figured the church that burned down was an accident. Old wooden building, it doesn't take much. It's just sad. And to come at the
Sad,
heels,
such a
to
place
come on
of
the
worship, and
yes,
no gods could have helped you.
It's daytime, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting towards lunch.
All right, so I'm just gonna kind of look at everybody and say, you know, I don't know that we're getting anywhere. We don't have a lot of ideas on where to go from here. If we really want to know what's going on, we know where they went. We saw the ladder. The sun's up. It's not nighttime no more. We could always hop on the other side of the wall. See what's in the woods. See if we see anything around there. At least it's a start.
We need to look at a
totally-
tracker of some sort.
Slugga at this point will just point at the dog and then like touch his nose, as well as actually hold on.
Are you
Tell you what.
touching the dog's nose, or is he touching his own nose? Is
Either
he
or,
pooping
whichever's
the
closer.
master?
It's like he's trying to pull attention to the dog's nose. Actually, I guess Slugga could technically be slightly useful in tracking as well. So he kind of like points between himself, the Raven, and Algredo, and Sammy's dog. I'm forgetting Sammy's dog's name again.
Who's that?
Boozer?
Bruiser.
Loser.
Let's see if
Okay.
I can edit that.
But so he'd be pointing between the four of them and being like, he's basically trying to do this fancy pantomiming of like, oh, the birds can fly and see very far, and the dog has a nose, and Slugga's capable of doing climbing and sneaking around in tight spaces and stuff. And he's doing an elaborate pantomime for it that may or may not be going over people's heads.
Slugger, that is a terrible interpretation of a brothel. My character will cast message. What are you actually trying to say?
So basically, the birds can fly, I can climb trees and get into small spaces and kind of track, and the dogs usually have good nose, right? I feel like we could track these things pretty easily, whatever we're looking for.
My character shrugs. I guess Slugger's volunteering.
I mean, I'm more than welcome to help track myself, but if this is something we do plan on doing, I would at least like to touch bases with Delilah, if that's okay with you, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find to, absolutely. I would like to, if we're gonna go get a friend of mine as well that I think might be able to be useful in our endeavors.
I'm not opposed.
Alright.
So where are you heading?
Star, are you in here?
I am.
Are you game ready?
I finally fucking am.
Then I'm gonna head back to I guess the brothel?
You did see her at the Rusty Dragon earlier.
That's true.
I'm
Would you be
going to the brothel because I don't know that Delilah, etc., etc.
Okay, if you're gonna go find Delilah, I'm gonna go grab Ren
Okay.
at the Rusty Dragon.
What are the rest of you doing?
Are y'all gonna come with me to the Rusty Dragon?
Yeah, sure.
Or
Sure.
okay. And then I guess we're gonna wait for Greto to meet us there.
Yeah, isn't the brothel like across the street?
Yeah, pretty much.
41 or something.
43.
43. So as far as the brothel, he's gonna fly to. Well, you could fill it like where Delilah stays. Is there a window or is the room approachable from the outside?
There
Like
should be.
where my personal rooms are, or where my room is. Which one?
Wherever it is, we would speak.
That would probably be personal room.
Her bedroom, not her office.
That choppy. I will fly to her personal window and see if I see anything. And if not, I will go inside. And just ask whoever meets me first, is Delilah here?
No, I'm sorry, she's not here today. She left early this morning.
Morning. I see. Thank you. Sorry to bother you. And he will just kind of stand in the street and stare straight up for a second, and then fly back over here. Oops.
Back in the bar.
What time of day is it?
Around lunch.
Okay. I'll be sitting off over in whatever the darkest corner I can be sitting in is with my weird lantern thing in my picture that only emanates smoke but no light.
Here's a good spot for her.
Well, if the guy we saved is no longer right here, that probably would be one of the better corners, I think.
Yeah. I am immediately ordering, if they are serving it at lunch, the fish curry that they made for the event.
That's typically a evening meal type deal, and it rotates. But they do have different dishes you can pick from.
I will
And
do like whatever the special is.
you'll find out, like, as you walk in, a lot of the people will recognize you. A lot of the people, like, thank you for what you did the day before. So it's kind of surprising to you that all of a sudden you're being recognized. But a lot of the people do recognize you. So some
Please,
will
folks, it
come
was
up and
just
bring you a beer or whatever, have a beer delivered to you. So one of the things you'll see is Belle will, like, if you want food or drink, you'll notice pretty quickly that customers get charged one thing, you guys get charged less.
climbed
So
up the social ladder without realizing it. Well, I will order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they would have like fish sticks, right? The equivalent
they have
of a
kebabs.
fried fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Something easy. You could just finger foods. You don't need a fork for it. I will order a bunch of that. If someone did bring me a beer, I will happily bring it over here and raise it up in the air. Would anyone care to enjoy this ale? I'm not much of a drinker myself.
You know what's about to happen. Slugger's going to just look over and just kind of slowly reach out the hand and be like, give it here. Right here.
What have you done?
You've given the cat alcohol.
Yeah, he like shoots a quick glance to everybody else and then just hands it to you.
Yes. A good time for a drink.
When we sit down, I'm going to just kind of like look at everyone and motion over to Ren and just say, everybody, I would like you to meet Ren, a very dear friend of mine. We kind of like sisters. I don't know if you can see the family resemblance. I love her, and she seriously will be so much help if we're gonna go out into the woods. Like, I don't want to go anywhere without her there.
A pleasure to meet you.
Slugger gives like a thumbs up as he's drinking his first mug of ale.
I want to.
Somewhat bitter taste.
Meh.
DM, I'm gonna ask you if this is something I need to roll insight for, because Sammy has mentioned we're like sisters, we're family to Delilah, and then we talked about the language that Delilah was teaching me, and it's like they only teach that to family. Like I don't know if Allegretta would have pieced that together. Is that something I need to roll insight for, or this just
More than likely.
me? I will do it. Oh, buddy. Bird brain.
No clue.
Nope. Not a damn clue. Sammy's real cool today. She's just really stealing the power of the room. That's all I see.
No.
Ren, would you like to describe yourself?
If Ren were to stand up straight, she would be in line and she stretched a little bit. Unfortunately, when she stands up, there is a little bit of a. Oh, am I back? Was I the one that left?
No.
it was me.
Oh, okay, sorry. However, when she does stand up straight, she's a little bit hunched over. She visually looks to be in about her late 50s, early 60s, and she carries around this quarter staff that is made completely of some giant branch from some tree, and made sure that the part of the tree that actually captured an egg inside of it stayed captured.
We may have lost you. You stopped talking. I don't think you're there anymore.
That's the Missouri signal fading. She might back out and rejoin in a second.
Oh. Having no clue that we could not hear her that entire time anyways.
That's always the worst part.
Yeah.
She'll like I'll try to be like, hey, your signal's breaking up. Wait, and then she'll tell a 15-minute story, and I'm just
You're going
like,
through
man.
the tunnel.
All I heard was, and could you believe that? At the end. It's like, sorry to let you know I didn't hear any of your story.
Mm.
It's the easy way to make someone upset. She's probably still talking too. That's the bad part. Oh no.
Could be if the connection's that bad.
Well, I guess while we're waiting for her, Greto, did you find Delilah?
No, they said she wasn't there, that she had left this morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think she might be doing house calls today.
Oh, I see. Strange timing, but I understand.
That's a service?
House calls? Only for very, very, special patrons.
Wealthy, got it.
Yeah,
You
we do.
understand the lingo.
It's the power of a gold piece, Personally, I think it's a little bit dangerous. Maybe she shouldn't be so careless. But who am I?
A young woman sitting in a corner?
Oh, stop. Thank
Okay.
you. I do look rather young today, don't I?
I imagine you
Owner
look
of a
young every day.
dangerous dog.
Oh, you rascal. Just so many compliments.
May I ask, is this what a sugar daddy does?
No.
I'm
A
afraid I'll
sugar-
be left in the dark for that one for quite a while.
Oh, you poor dear.
Sim-
Just like your feathers. Now then. Hello, madam. I am Alex Tyrannus, first of my name. This is our mute friend, Slugger.
And he
Okay.
just kind of makes a noise, just kind of as affirmation. Ooh, 1 moment, phone call.
The fates
You know,
themselves conspire
if
against
I
us.
can catch a fucking break, that'd be great. I'll be right back. I gotta call and figure out what the fuck is going on with the kid that's about to make me turn around and drive another motherfucking hour.
Okay.
All right, bye. Well,
I didn't catch all of what she just said.
I think a beating is about to commence.
yeah, it sounds like she has to go to take a phone call and
Oh, I hope
somebody's
this
in
isn't
trouble.
one of those. Did you pack this? Or because she's 3 hours away from home. If they left something at her aunt's, then she has to drive an hour back, which means that she has 4+ hours to drive home, which would get her there at 2 in the morning, and she works tomorrow.
That's what it sounds like. I have a feeling she's not going to be playing anymore tonight.
Should we
No,
call it here?
she'll get on the call because she's gonna be awake. She has to get back home tonight. But I mean, if you guys want to pause it here, I'm fine with that. It is 11:15 already.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back. It does seem like a fairly appropriate time to pause it if we're having not only technical issues, but potentially game pausing issues.
It'll give us another week to think about what in the world are we supposed to do next.
Hello, new character. How are you doing? I'm going through a tunnel.
Well, we can give her
Hi,
a few
my name
minutes.
is.
We'll give her a few minutes and see how it goes.
Fair.
It's bad. I can tell you right now that her leaving on that note is definitely not good.
Oh, right. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Yeah, okay. So I'm hunched over. So being hunched over, I'm at about 5'5", maybe 5'6" on a good day. I've cracked my back at least once. Other than that, I've got multicolored leather, meaning that like the bottom half is like a lighter, almost red, deep red color of brown. The like skirt part, the upper tunic part is like an actual brown leather, and I have this almost shawl thing that covers my shoulders. It has a hood on it that is mostly covering all of my hair is covered, and unless you're about Slugga's height or maybe Sammy's, and you're having to like actually look up at me at normal people height, you're not able to see my eyes really, because the hood comes down over it. I have like this skull that is attached to my bottom part of my skirt as well. Inside, on the skull, there is a hole in it, as if that was the killing blow to whatever the skull belonged to. And inside of that hole sits a candle that is not currently lit. And then when I was describing my staff, it looks like a branch that came off of a very big tree. And in that branch, there were smaller branches that had encased an egg almost perfectly. And when she took that branch, the egg remained encased in the branches that wrap around it perfectly. Along with that, there is a like lantern thing that kind of hangs off of the a lantern thing that hangs off of a chain, but it does not produce light. It only produces smoke, and a pretty thick smoke at that.
So a
And then on,
sensor.
yes. And then on her shaw thing, it's got a bunch of like black giant bird feathers on it. And in between like the shoulder area along her collarbone is a necklace made of like claws from different kinds of animals. Very earthy looking. And like all of these things don't look like she killed these and then kept them as souvenirs. It looks as though she found these animals bones.
Ruh-roh. Breaking up.
Row. Oh, god damn it. Is it
You're
better
back.
now?
You're back.
You're
You're
back.
back.
Oh, it just looks like she took the bones and cleaned them, and she had found the bones, not that she was the reason they were there. That's all I can remember off the top of my head as far as what she looked like.
It's very detailed.
Well, as you all are settling in for lunch and introductions going around, the main door slams open. There is a surly, elderly looking man, a yellowy skin, sort of like a Miko. He comes in the door. He's bellowing out in a sharp tongue command, but it's in a strange language.
Do I recognize the language?
Not unless you have a Far Eastern language.
You said A, so what are the Far Eastern languages?
Let
What
me
are
look
the
at-
Far Eastern languages is what she asked.
In this particular case, well, I'd have to equate it to something you guys would know, since we're in D&D world. Let me take a quick look at your characters.
Halfling is Japanese because it's a mixture of two different languages.
No, halfling won't count. It's more of an exotic. Karatur would be the land in D&D. So it'd be rare if anybody had a language that would be like it.
Who
I
heck
mean, the
speaks
languages I
Pigman?
know off the top of my head that I speak are Common and Symbian.
A deep
I
speech
think there
and
was one more, but I
halfling.
can't remember.
Yeah, you have Outlander, but that doesn't apply either. And I'm just going through character sheets. None of you recognize the language. You can tell it was a command, but you don't know what is said. But like I said, his skin tones match Amiko. So
Is Amiko around right now?
Go ahead and roll your insights.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And whoever's rolling.
Oh, I can roll for you. Hold on. I'm talking everybody can roll.
Everybody's
Oh,
rolling
okay.
inside.
Alright.
Damn it.
Here we go.
2 natural
Not
ones
bad.
on insight.
Woo! Smart boy.
Bird brain.
You are not having luck. Those are 2 nat ones in a row. On the same
Yeah,
thing.
just said that.
Alex and Sammy would both know that that's her father. That's Amiko's father.
Oh, I wouldn't recognize him? I've never met him?
He doesn't typically come here.
Oh.
You look around, other patrons, they seem to grow very quiet. The entire area where you're in just grows quiet. And he stalks into the room a little further. He starts eyeing, just looking around. And he spots your group.
Alex waves.
Does he look angry?
Oh yes, he looks like a very angry man.
I smile and wave and blow him a kiss.
Wait, one more time. Which guy are we talking about?
It's
Amiko's
Amiko's
dad?
father. Yes.
I am not seeing the ping if you are pinging which guy that is.
Oh, I haven't put
There's
one
no
on.
one there yet.
Oh. Okay. I was trying to get a visual on him. I'm like, wait, I don't see anybody.
He's in imagination land right now.
Ah.
Yeah, I gotta find a picture for him. Because I only got the this map this week. So, but he looks like an elderly Asian man, basically. But he spots all of you and starts a tirade of endangering the townsfolk, your ill-advised antics against the goblins. You should have left the defense of the town to the guard, to the trained professionals.
The ones that ran away?
No, the ones you saw fought, so they didn't run away.
I remember you, in last session, specifically having people mention that they were running away.
Yeah, there were some who ran away.
The people were running, yes, but not the guards were trying to get to the goblins.
And they did a very shit job of it, considering how we killed 4 squads worth.
Yeah, they got
no guards
12 guardsmen for the entire town.
Yeah, sounds like they've got a really shitty funding.
So,
I mean, they're a fairly decent size of the population, considering.
yeah, they were spread out. So,
Yeah.
the only one that would have been near you guys in the center near the cathedral was Baylor. But he just when you try to talk back, he just laughs at you. He rolls his eyes. Just what we need, a filthy band of vagrants to attract even more trouble in the town.
I would like to
Slugga's
speak up at that.
Yeah, Slugga's. Well, first of all, Slugga's already had a bit to drink at this point. He ain't having none of this attitude because he didn't have to get shot a shit ton of times, but he felt like helping out because he was getting free food and being treated well, so he decided to help out. So he's really just gonna continue his drink, look over from the side of his glass, and just flip him off and return back to his drink. Just not even gonna waste time making noises at him. It's just like, you are not worth the time I've taken to fucking take a breath from my drink, and I'm going back to the ale.
Hello? I am in the bad zone. Oh, I'm back.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
So we're
You're
just
dead zone for a second.
did you hear about Amiko's dad coming into the room?
I didn't hear about it.
He's making disparaging remarks against the rest of the group. About this time, Amiko comes
I'm
rushing.
gonna step to that.
Amiko will come rushing into the room. She has a ladle dripping with soup in her hand. And she's trying to figure out what all this shouting's about.
Did you want to say something, Star?
Sorry, I hit a dead zone again. I heard it crashing.
Amiko's in the room, just like, what the heck's going on here? And I think you have a second to.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So then Rin's not going to like even motion contact with anybody, but she's just gonna simply go, apart from the fact that I was not actually there, it stands to reason that you are upset with a group of people that may have prevented your establishment from burning down, possibly with your daughter inside. And that seems
My establishment? This piece of trash?
I'm sorry, are we now calling your daughter's establishment trash? Is that how you feel about your daughter?
It is trash. And then Amiko will come up, and they are getting into a heated argument. And you'll find out that Amiko knows quite a lot of cuss words. So, but they are arguing in a language that you don't understand.
Vietnamese.
And then he'll come out and give an ultimatum to her that's leave the inn and come with him to Magnamar or be disowned. And he tried to grab her. She smacks him upside the head with the ladle, covering him with fish scraps.
I will now stand next to her with my talons ready.
Slugga's gonna let out a bit of a cheer with his guts just.
I just want to cackle and clap my hands and be like.
He'll stagger back and look at her, and his reply to her is, "You're as dead to me as your mother." And he turns and leaves the tavern.
Okay, Slugga's no longer cheering. He's gonna be dead silent. He's gonna be dead silent after that fucking comment.
I'm gonna look over to Amiko. Do you want me to teach him a lesson?
No, let him go.
Allegretto looks really disappointed.
You can see her. She looks like she's gonna cry. Then she'll go, "I'll need a well-cleaned ladle now, since jackass stew's not on the menu." And she'll turn around and walk away.
Sam's laugh in the background.
Just made it.
Just enough through. That was perfect. No, I was about to go throw that guy's ass in the water. But that works. She said stand down.
So she'll come back out later with some soup for you.
Oh, on top of the fish, I ordered fish for everyone but Rin because we haven't met yet.
That is the father.
Yeah, I think you got that meat.
And
what?
you know that he is one of the, well, Sammy and Alex knows he is one of the founders of the town. He's the owner of the glassworks.
Okay, I thank her for the soup, and then I ask her if she's okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Well, you know where to find us when it isn't.
So, game notes. Okay.
Do I have?
You have what?
Do I have soup?
No, she would have brought it out for the table.
Oh, cool. Then I eat my soup with. I assume I have a spoon.
Probably.
Unless you're going to eat it with your fingers.
I mean, there's also just tilting the bowl up like not a heathen, but yeah, sure.
I put Longiku's, what he looks like. It's in the game notes area.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so I'm just gonna eat my soup, but like, mind you, every time the spoon like lifts up out of the bowl, it's like shaking ever so slightly. Cause the bitch old.
Yeah. I'm falling asleep.
Okay. We can call it.
Cool. Ends on a fight between parents and slightly sobering tones.
I'm gonna blindfold his ass and throw him in the water so he'll never know who did it.
And if you want, you can roll an insight on Amiko to know a little more about her.
I would like to roll, dear God.
About time I get over one.
Sure, why not?
Jesus.
Yeah, Star knows a lot. She was an adventurer, and she likes having other adventurers in the tavern. Adventurers, especially ones that tell stories about their adventures, tend to catch a break on meals or even rooms in the inn. And Gagnetta knows she was a bard, among other things.
Was it her doing like the musician competitions during the festival?
She was at her table serving.
Okay. What did I rest well seeing?
Yes.
I made it just in time to describe my stuff.
Right?
You be careful driving home.